3.
Well, there we go. Happy Tuesday after Memorial Day weekend. So excited to have you. Hopefully a lot of y'all are going to be able to tune in live, but we are recording this. But y'all, I'm so excited. First of all, y'all have heard me say from being at Fling that I am so impressed with the work that Carlos is doing. I mean, like, so much. And I've had the opportunity to visit with him several times, and we'll be out and about with him at some events next week. So the purpose of today is we are going to be sure that people that are going to be holding these sip and sees are tooled up. So this is a little bit of a pre-plan. But y'all, this is good for anything, anytime. So that's why it's opened up for everybody, because this is a simple way, whether you are meeting two friends at a coffee shop or your new girl has 6 of her besties coming over for happy hour after work because they want to know what she's doing, for you to help share what we found. And it is wonderful. So I'm going to stop talking so that we can respect your time and turn it over to Carlos. Carlos, and I mean, I always mean what I say. I truly am so excited about you. Thank you. Just thank you.
Jana, I'm so happy to be with you guys. Thanks for the invitation. Team, I'm so excited that next week I'll be able to meet you face to face, that we'll be able to be working together as we are launching this idea of becoming even more effective at in-home presentations. What I'm going to be sharing with you is what we will do before the events, before the presentations, what we do during the event, during your parties or your one-on-ones in a coffee shop somewhere, and what we do after. So this training is designed to give you the best tips we can find, practices that are proven and that are effective, and that as you implement them, you will be able to become a more effective host and more effective storyteller and more effective saleswoman who will be able to influence for good those around you. So let me bring up a presentation I have available here that you will have access to it. So you don't have to write down everything that's in it because you will have access to this presentation. But what I do recommend is that you take notes. Yes, if you have a book or something, take notes on the ideas that come to your head, because this will be recorded. The presentation is something you're going to have available to you. But what will not be recorded are the thoughts going through your mind as you're listening to this. So my invitation to you is to take notes on the things, the inspiration that comes to your head as you're listening to this. Okay. The duplication model that we're using is in-home events or parties. And it doesn't have to be in-home. It can be at a coffee shop. It can be at a lobby of a hotel, anywhere where you can get together with 1 or 2 more people. This is going to help you out in any of those areas. Why we call them parties or in-home events? Why do we share this with you? Let me tell you why. Number 1, it's proven. It is simple. It's duplicable. These are things that literally anybody can do, and no matter their level of experience. So that's why we are sharing this with you today. Okay. Number 2, it generates volume. Yes, it will create volume for you. As every time you do a party, someone will buy, especially if you follow the steps that we're preparing for you to follow. If you follow the system, people will be buying product, people will be sharing products with others. And that means volume for you to qualify for bonuses and, of course, commissions. And something else, it is appealing on social media. Yes, your reach will be expanded because as you take pictures or make clips, and I'm making a very important note here, you will not record the entire event. And I know many of you are in the habit of recording every event that you go to. You need to stop that. Completely stop it. Don't do that anymore, because you are giving everything away for free to people. What you want to create is FOMO, fear of missing out. You will record a snippet of what's going on in this event, and you're going to post that on social media. So next time you invite somebody to come to an event, they're going to go, oh, that looked so much fun. That was so cool. I want to be there next time. Instead of saying, oh, I watched the entire presentation from home. I don't need to go. Jana, what do you think about these comments, what I just shared?
Well, one, people want to see what's going on with us live on social media. Like they want to see the community. So many people say that that's something extraordinary about us. So showing that is a glimpse into it. Y'all, when you sit and record everything, it's exactly what Carlos said. One, you're dying your phone. You're not in tune with the people that are there. And if I can sit at home and watch a bad recording of whatever y'all did at this party, then that's what I'm going to do. Y'all, that does not create community.
Okay, so we'll teach you how to create community, how to create this FOMO, this fear of missing out. So your events, live events at home or even corporate events become even more impactful by making sure that people are there, okay? Okay, so that's why we do this, okay? Proven, simple, duplicable, generates volume, commissions, and it's appealing on social media. There's nothing cooler than showing a group of friends getting together, enjoying life. That's what we're all about. Teaching each other how to find supplements that are smart and that will help them achieve their goals. That's why we're doing what we're doing. So yes, very, very exciting. And I'm very happy that we're together discussing this. Now, what we do, this is the team training. This is what we're going to go over, okay? Pre-event, what we do pre-event, what we do during the event, what we do post-event. This is basically the backbone of our conversation this morning. Pre-event, what to do to prepare, practice storytelling, handing out forms, and the close. Yeah, prepare, learn how to close. And with those who are speaking or being part of the event. Okay, that's what you're going to be doing. You need to practice. This is basically part of that, right? Next one, practice how to invite effectively and effective follow-ups. Yes, you need to invite. I mean, if you want an event to be successful, you need to learn how to invite successfully. You need to learn how to hook them so they feel like they want to be there, right? So that's what we do pre-event. During the event, we are going to understand who's presenting, who's sharing, who's filming the clips, okay, for social media, and who is hosting, who's the person who's going to be standing up and saying, welcome everyone, and introducing every speaker or giving us the breaks that we need in between, okay? And of course, during the event, you need to have printed materials. Yes, you need to have also gifts and of course, a closing pitch. How are you going to close? What story are you going to tell as you're closing? Yeah. Post-event, you need to understand how to follow up with those who enrolled. Yes, those who enrolled, those who signed up as customers or enrolled as distributors, as partners. You need to know how to follow up with them. Okay? It's not just sign them up and forget about them. You need to know what the next steps are. And who also accepted to host parties. Check this out. I'm introducing something new. Okay, well, it's not new at all. This is the oldest tactic in our arsenal of goodness, right? Is set up parties right at the end of your own party, so you never stop sharing the story with others. Okay, so yeah, you need to know how to follow up with those who said, yes, I want to host a party at home. Please come to my house. Okay, and of course, you also need to follow up with those who did not enroll, the ones who were there, got excited, were ready to go, but they said, oh, my paycheck is coming next week. Can we enroll next week? And you're going to say, of course you can. Let me call you back so we can finish that enrollment once you have your paycheck. Jana, comments, ideas about these 3 areas of training that we're going to be discussing this morning?
Well, one, I love that you are planning on training people to do these and dividing and conquering. Like, it was not like everybody needs to be filming and everybody needs to be sharing. The simplicity of it, to be sure it's all taken care of. And we cannot drop the ball when people enroll. And the people that didn't enroll that night, they deserve a touch point, right? But my very favorite is don't leave a party without an ex party. Like they're there. That's their shot, especially if they came in as a partner, to go and start working on their quick start immediately. And remember, Rudy's core 4 starts with, do they have a why? Do they have a list of people? And how are they going to get in front of them? And so it layers exactly with what Rudy has done for 55 years.
That's right. By the way, guys, I am a big fan of Rudy and his friend and mentor, Jim Rohn. Many of the ideas that I'm sharing with you are not new. They've been around forever. And what we're doing, though, is updating some of the tactics, such as filming clips for social media that did not exist when these guys started their business. And that's why we're always evolving. But the principles are always back to basics. All is salesmanship, and the idea of using influence to empower others. And that's exactly what I'm sharing with you today. Checklists. Let's take a look at checklists. Okay. The party bag. Okay. This is your checklist of what are the things that you need to take with you to whoever you're going. I mean, if you're at home, most likely all these things are going to be with you at your place. But if you're going to a new customer who said, yeah, I come to my house and teach my friends, you need to make sure that you've got these things before you get there. And like Jana said, you don't have to bring everything yourself. You can talk to your partner and say, hey, can you bring this and I'll bring this, and then we get together. That's the best way to work. And that's how you build community. Community is built in supporting and helping each other. Okay. We're not being bosses of anybody because we're not bosses, but we're saying, hey, guess what? I'm going to be bringing this. If you could bring that, that'll be awesome. That way we work together and everybody feels included. That's how you create community. So let's take a look at the party bag checklist. Okay. Products. Whatever products you're going to be sharing, make sure you have them. This is an example that we're using here. Collagen, trim sticks, prebiotics, right? Then water, glass, frother, ice to mix gut glow, because in this example, these guys use gut glow a lot. It doesn't have to be gut glow. It could be whatever you want, but the idea is that you make sure that you've got what you need. Next one, sample cups, the little cups, right? You don't want to give somebody a whole jar of product because, I mean, you just want them to taste it. So simple sample cups, shot glasses to serve, pens. Why do you need pens? Because we'll be asking people to take a self-assessment. And if they don't have a pen, they're going to be like, hey, make sure you have pens or pencils, okay? Printed order forms. Yeah, so people can commit to what they're going to be ordering right there. Of course, you're going to send them a link. Carlos, we can just send them a link and sign up. Yes. But having it in front of them as they're circling what pack they want and what product they want, it is key for them to convince themselves of what they want and need. Okay. So yeah, printed order forms, screen to stream or to play Canva presentation is very effective to have a presentation there that is very visual. Sometimes you want to do this just talking, and it does work if you're very good at speaking, if you're a versed speaker. But for those of us that are not very good, having a presentation to show people images helps us so much. So make sure you have a screen where you can connect the computer into or project something, right? Better if it's just a computer screen or a large smart TV, right? Next one. USB cord or the HDMI cord that you need to connect the computer to the screen. Sometimes, you know how many times this happened to me when I go to my event and we're all ready to go and then we're just missing that cord. Oh man, that's so lame, huh? Okay, then working speaker. You need a speaker so you can play some music. Yes, building community involves playing some music. So people are feeling comfortable. Hey, this is so super cool. Obviously, you're not going to do this when you're meeting one-on-one at a Starbucks. That's not going to happen, right? But if you're doing something at home or a place where you can get together, whether it's a park or anything, you need a speaker so you can put some music, get some of that music going. Okay. Then printed the gut check. Gut check is a document I'm going to show you in a minute. You can modify it. The idea is to interact, to help those who are listening to what you're saying, interact and self-assess. What are their needs they have personally that could be solved with the products we're offering? Okay. An income summary, making sure they understand how much money is being paid out to those who are hitting ranks. That is very appealing, guys. You need to have that. Next one, floater kits, tablecloth, runner for samples, and giveaway goodies. Yes, giveaway goodies for those who are getting started. Okay, so that's the party checklist. Any comments on this, Jana? Of course, once again, understand that this is a sample. that you can modify it, but I think it's pretty simple, right? It's not that complicated.
No, it's very simple. And I will be sure that we have this where y'all can find it easily, okay? As well as some sort of a self-assessment. And then y'all, if you're meeting with just a few people or you're just starting out and you're going, I don't have a floater kit or you work with what you have. And like the samples, like I know Debbie Hanks and her girl Susan, they did a great sip and see in Abilene. And she mixed up a combination of any type of drink that we have. If you think it's delicious, and you want other people to sample it so that they think our products are delicious, then that's the right product because you'll talk with confidence and energy and things like that. Okay. So love it.
That's the key, Jana. What you said is key because you want to be displaying what's working for you, what you're loving. And that's what you want to share. And it's going to become super authentic. It's going to be amazing. So yeah, share what you love. Now we're going to talk about inviting to your event. Pay attention to this. This is key. 3 steps to a successful invitation. You ready for this? Pay attention. Number 1. Tip 1, be full of energy. Your emotion behind you, your invitation is key. You need to be super, super excited. When you're inviting somebody to a party, you say, guys, guess what? I'm going to get together with my friends. It's going to be so fun. We're going to be sharing with you these amazing products we're loving. I want you to come. Number 2, give an incentive. Actually mention free sample or a gift. You need to mention this. Or you can say, ask for your support. I need your help. Could you please come over? I need somebody to be there with me when I'm doing this. It's my first time. So number 1, energy. Number 2, incentive. What are the incentives people love? It's a free product or a little gift or feeling like they're helping you. That's an incentive for individuals, okay? That's so number 1, number 2. Number 3, ask for permission to follow up. Yes. Do you mind if I follow up with you a couple of days before our party? When you ask for permission to follow up and people say, yes, please do, then they're expecting you to send them a message reminding them of this event. And that is key for influence, okay? So this happens about a week before your event. By the way, today's Tuesday. We're having events next Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday in different parts of the state of Texas. Now is the day and the time to invite people. Say, hey, I'm having this event, and this is what you're going to offer. Say, hey, Carlos, I'm so excited. I'm going to get together with my friend Jana. We'll be talking about how these amazing products are changing our lives. I want you to be there. Will you come and hang out with us Tuesday night in San Angelo? Then I say, yeah, of course. Guess what? We're preparing gifts for all those who are coming. Free samples. So can I write you down as someone who wants a free sample? Great. Awesome. Now, may I follow up a couple of days before? Probably on Saturday. I'm going to follow up with you. Is that okay with you? Yes. Okay. That's an example of step number 1. Jana, what do you think of that example and these 3 tips that we just shared for step 1?
There's not enough hearts or loves or likes for me to give that. It is absolutely what people do, and this is a blanket statement, is they put a flyer on their wall that there's going to be an event. That is not going to work ever. It has to be exactly what Carlos is saying. There's a reason for you to come. It matters to me that you come. I value your attendance. And a free sample can be one of your own trim sticks. Like, it's not like you have to go and give, like, please don't think that. I mean, and there's something about, I'm saving a seat. I've already got your orange pineapple trim sticks in my purse, ready to head out the door next week, whatever. Personal.
And the follow-up, let me tell you why it's key, because they will be waiting, expecting it. And that pushes you to follow up too. Did you know that the number 1 reason why people don't close sales is because they don't follow up? Did you know that? It's not even the invitation. I mean, yeah, people invite all the time to things, but because they don't follow up, that's why they don't close the sale. You are committing to her that you're going to follow up, and she's committing that she will accept the follow-up. And then you yourself are committed to doing it. And then your chances of success go up the roof. Follow up. Let them know that you're doing so. Step number 2, pre-party follow-up. 2 days before the event, and I repeat, 2 days before the event, you will follow up. And let me give you the less effective example. Will you be coming 2 days from now? Can I expect you? That is not the way you follow up. You follow up this way. Pay attention. This is a voice message that you send to them or a text message, and it will read something like this. I am so excited to see you. I wanted to send you the address so you have it. Boom, there it is. Or you can say, hey, I was preparing the little gifts I'm handing out, a couple of trim sticks, and your name is on the list, and I wanted to make sure that you know that I'm expecting you. Love you. See you in 2 days from now. The shorter, the better, really. You don't have to be very long unless it's voice message. But 2 days before, you will follow up with something like that, which is basically, I'm excited to see you. See you in 2 days. Now, 2 hours before the event is your next step. 2 hours before the event. Yes, 2 hours before. You will send the following. Hey, Carlos, so excited to see you in 2 hours. The parking lot in front of the building is usually very packed. Park across the street. The only thing you're doing is adding value. That's it. You're not asking, are you still coming? Are you coming? No, because that gives them permission to say no. If somebody really has something they have to do, which is very important, even though they're committed to coming to you, and they can reply to this, hey, I'm actually not going to be there, and they'll let you know. But you're, in a way, ensuring that you're expecting them to come. And that's why you're giving them additional information to make it easier for them to show up. Jana, what do you think about this last follow-up?
That is the most delicious follow-up that I've ever heard in all my time. And I've said this the other day, and I think I was even telling Jana, that is value add. Y'all, in all follow-ups, at some point in time, you need to send somebody a recipe or a happy birthday. Just don't tell them about Memorial Day special. But this is, I actually care that when you get there, it's easy. And I'm telling you, I would love that, y'all. If I was not in a new city or I wasn't going to a place I'm not familiar with, and somebody said, Jana, just know not to park here, and you're going to find me at the right door, not the left door. Now I'm not walking around feeling like I'm going to be late or stumbling around. Like, that is, y'all, that is gold. Gold, Carlos.
And you know, guys, it works. It works every time. Because you know what? I know that maybe for some of you, it may feel fake at the beginning, but it goes down to the core value of caring for people. Yep. Please pay attention. Network marketing is about showing those around you that you care. People don't care about your products or your opportunity. They care if you care about them. Yep. So that's what we're showing here with this type of invitation and these type of follow-ups. Okay, so if you understood this and you really want to understand it and apply it in your business, my invitation to you is the following. This is your first assignment. I want you to get this inviting to your event document and teach it to 2 or 3 people in your team. Will you accept this invitation? Teach people how to effectively invite by following these 3 simple steps. Do you accept? Jana, what do you think of this invitation?
I think let's drop in the chat if you accept this invitation. You're on here to learn how to get people to events, whether it's one coming up next week, or something you're going to do in 3 days, something you're going to do, whatever. So who is willing to turn around and teach it? And how simple is that, y'all? Okay, awesome. Zarada's going to do it. Jana's going to do it. Debbie's going to do it. All right. So we've got some people. Ruth is going to do it and help other people be able to. And they don't, y'all, they could be one of your customers that has no desire to be a partner, but you want them to be able to come to your event and maybe bring some of their friends. It's not like you have to go, well, I don't have 15 partners that live where they need to live. but would they possibly do something at their, Carol Short's got a girl in over toward Beaumont that's wanting to do a sip and see, her and her friend that are just now getting started. Guess what? This is what we're going to teach them to do. So I already have somebody I'm going to teach, Carlos.
I love that. So, and you know what? That's exactly what I'm talking about. Taking notes, guys. It's not taking notes of this because you have it in front of you and you will have it at your fingertips. I promise. But right now, you're thinking of people you want to talk to. Yes, Maria is coming to your head, or Frank, or Carla, and those thoughts are fleeting. Make sure you write it down now. And yes, please accept this invitation and let us know. Yeah, send me a message on Facebook, or say, hey, you know what? I did my homework. Just commit to, or sending it to your upline. Hey, I did the homework. There we go. Thanks so much. Now let's take a look at the meeting agenda. You guys interested in this? What this meeting will need to look like? The meeting agenda. This is super simple. Okay. Okay, so meeting agenda. By the way, this is scheduling tip is from a team in Kansas City and in Kansas, and they're saying best weekdays for most people are Monday. Start between 6 to 6:30 p.m. I don't know if that works for you guys. In my experience, Tuesdays and Thursdays are awesome. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays are awesome. Fridays is like date night. You don't want to mess with date night. But Monday, people are super tired because at the end of the first day of the week, maybe they're tired. It depends on where you're at. But yeah, Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays are the best days in the MLM world. Now, let's go into the agenda. Welcome and introduction, 5 minutes. That's it. The welcome is basically, hey, everyone, I'm so happy that we're together. Thanks so much, so-and-so, for hosting us. Guys, I don't know all of you, but by the end of the meeting, I would love to have met you all and share with you what we're about. That's it. Okay. Then product stories. Right after the introduction, you're going to say, hey, you know what? I've got my friend Jana here, and she's going to share with you how these products have changed her life. Jana, give it up for Jana. And Jana gets up and she shares her story. We're going to go over at training how to tell stories in a second, so I'm not going to go into details, but it's got to be something very simple. It cannot be longer than 3 minutes. Listen to me, no longer than 3 minutes. How are we going to do that, Carlos? I'll show you how in a minute. So you can have 2 or 3 stories of product. It could be somebody really talking about XR2, somebody talking about Global Blend, somebody talking about Gut Glow. And if they all take 3 minutes tops, then you can have 3 wonderful stories shared during this time. And then you have time, 3 more minutes, to share details about the products you love. Yes, where it comes from, why is it so cool, the awards it's received, etc. So product stories and presentation related to products, 10 minutes. And right there in that product stories and presentation is where you're going to hand out a document called the gut check, when they can check themselves and see, am I sleeping well? Are my hormones in balance? How am I feeling about my level of stress? How am I feeling about my physical fitness? How am I feeling about my levels of energy? That's what we do here, okay? And you need to have a printed document that goes with this. Then business stories. Same thing, guys. In 3 minutes, you can tell a wonderful story about how this business is changing your life. Carlos, the business is not changing my life yet. I'm only making $100 a month. Guess what? That means that your product is almost free. Isn't that cool? Amazing products are helping you out for free. That's a phenomenal story to tell. You know? Now, if you're making $500 or more, guess what? $500, $300 a month in additional income. It is amazing in this economy in our country. So yes, you can share about that. Now, if you're not making as much money as you want, but you have earned trips already, this is the time to talk about trips. The business presentation is basically talking about daily payout, monthly bonus pools, and the passport program. And that should not take more than 3 or 5 minutes either. This is not a class. Understand this. We are appealing to emotions. We're appealing to community. what you're giving is a glimpse of what we do, is not a class on how the compensation plan works. Jana, your comments on these 2 points that I just made.
Well, Carlos, and I talked about this on a live this morning. Y'all, people that they want the descriptors. That's what he's talking about. You don't have to go in 7 years ago. I set forth because my friend shared on Facebook. They want to know how you felt before and how you feel now. Like they want, because they're listening, the emotion. I'm the mom that can't play with my kids right now. I'm the mom that comes home from work and I'm exhausted. So they're wanting to hear you say, y'all, I started with my friend Debbie not too long ago and I was sleeping my life away. I've got a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old. Now I come home from work, we play, we have dinner, and they've not seen me napping forever. I am so glad that I joined this. Oh, and I've lost 15 pounds while I've been doing it.
That's it. I love it. I love it.
They want to hear you're not the mom that's sleeping their kids' life away anymore, because they are.
Guys, you're gonna love this. I tell you, it's super simple. It's so duplicable. Anybody can do it, and the stories will come too. Okay. Next one: close and pass out order forms. We're gonna teach you how to close. Yes, in 5 minutes you're gonna close, and how to ask for additional referrals, new parties. After that, you do your sampling. Hey, everybody taste it. Now, there are some people who like to give zing or trim sticks at the very beginning to wake people up. It's like, when you're in the middle of the presentation, they're gonna go like, wait a minute, it's been like half an hour and I feel like, wow, I feel amazing. So yeah, that's up to you. I mean, if you want to give the samples at the very beginning or give it in the middle or at the end of the presentation, that's up to you. But the idea is you have to let them taste it. Yes, especially the stuff that you love the most, okay? All right. So yeah, that's it. Basically, you have a 40-minute presentation set up here following this meeting agenda. Okay, homework for you. Second homework, okay? Organize this for your own party. Yeah, how are you going to do this? Who's going to be speaking what, when? Okay, who's going to be doing the product story? Who's going to give you the presentation on the product? Okay, because it could be that Jana talks about the business story and Carlos talks about the product story, but who's then talking about the presentation on how the products work? Maybe you can invite the customer. Yes, a customer. Pay attention. Who is an expert at speaking about this amazing product she's been using for 3 years. You say, hey, can you do me a favor? Can you come over and explain why you love this product so much and tell them how you use them? Sure, I'll love to do that for you, my friend. And she'll show up. And then she's going to say, hey, guess what? I can do this myself. Maybe I can become a partner. Involve your customers in your meetings, and you will see how it was likely that they will, if they come to the party just to support you, it's likely that they will then later become business partners with you. Jana, your comments on that?
I love that. Melissa Corbin was really sneaky about stuff like this. And I still remember I was a gold manager, and she invited me to come to a city meeting in Lubbock and share my story. And I thought, well, I can do that and talk about how this is a great extra income, but I'll always be at the bank. But the lady that stood up before me, she covered the products to nauseam. Mm. And one, we all have been at work. I still have my suit on. And two, I sat there going, there is no way I could ever do that. I was scared to death to be invited to do anything about product, because there's no way I could do that. Y'all, I still couldn't do what she did that day. It was unnecessary. So heed the simplicity of what Carlos is talking about, please.
Cool. All right. So the next assignment is to basically get this agenda and divvy up assignments with everyone's going to be with you. Okay. This is your event and you can craft it the way you like it. This is a sample that is effective. Okay. Don't make it longer than this, please. Okay. Carlos, but when I give the microphone to somebody, when I give the time to someone, they just take half an hour telling their story. Voila. Here you have a little training that you need to do yourself and with those you're going to be working with. In-home events, storytelling training, okay? This is storytelling from the very beginning. I mean, if you read the Bible, if you read any book that has withstood the test of time, it follows the same 3 things. How was my life before? 30 seconds. You don't need more than that. How did I find the solution and what is it? And how is my life now? That's it. You don't need anything else. How was my life before? How did I find the solution and what is it? How is my life now? 30 seconds each. And we're going to go into more detail. How was my life before? 30 seconds. Tell how you felt about your life and how this issue made it harder. Tell how it impacted your family and everyday life. Describe the pain in 30 seconds. I'll give you an example in a minute, but that's basically how you start. Okay. Next one. How did I find the solution and what is it? Tell how you found the solution. Tell what solution it is and how you use it. That's it. You don't need more than 30 seconds to do that. Promise. The next one is, how is my life now? 30 seconds. Tell when you started feeling a difference. You know, I started using this and I felt like this in X amount of time. Tell how your family or those around you feel or notice the difference. That's it. That's it. Now, let me give you an example. Okay. Storytelling training, this example of XR2. You ready for this? Hi, my name is Carlos, and I was not able to sleep well. My mind kept on running and running and running. I could not sleep well at all. I felt tired, anxious. I could not do my job well. And after work, I did not have time or energy to play with my kids. That was less than 30 seconds. You notice that?
Mm-hmm.
Next one. One of my friends was talking on a live video that she had found a solution for resting well at night. So I messaged her. See? That's the connection. She introduced me to XR2 and taught me how to use it. I take 2 tablets a night, 30 minutes before bed. It is so much easier to fall asleep now. It helps me unwind. I also follow the tip of no screens or big meals before bed. At work, I'm way more productive and I have energy and clarity of mind to enjoy my children after work. Jana, comments, thoughts?
Oh my gosh, Carlos, I cannot love this enough. Y'all, this is exactly what he said. This is how you tell a story. People do not want to listen forever. Okay. So they lose the attention and it's got to grab them with the right things. So even last night on the Zoom, when I challenge y'all, after Nita says, I do interviews on Facebook all the time. So somebody said today, I need to do one. Will you help me know what to do? This is exactly what you would do. You would say, Carlos, tell me what your life was before. And Carlos would do this. And I'd say, wow, so how did you come to find this, Carlos? Talk to us a little bit about that today. So Carlos would do this middle part. And then I'd say, oh my gosh, you have to be so thrilled that you saw somebody doing live on Facebook like we're doing right now. So how do you feel now, Carlos? And guess what? We are off in less than 5 minutes. Probably 3, and your audience heard it and they're like, oh my gosh. And now Carlos can turn around and do the same thing because I did not feel like a professional interviewer. I basically just said, let's follow the storytelling path. I could not say enough about this.
Hey, I love this. And guys, it's effective. It works every time. And you know the coolest part? You're so succinct. You're so simple in the idea you're sharing the story that at the end of the meeting, if the meeting only lasts half an hour, 45 minutes, guess what's going to happen? Those who are there as guests are going to get up and going to say, Jana, tell me more. Jana, tell me. And that's when the meeting becomes the best meeting ever. The best meeting is when people do not want to leave. They want more information. They're feeling like you're scarce. They want more of you. And that's exactly what you want. And that's what you do when you share this type of information. So simple in a very succinct way. So yeah,
Can I add one thing? Can we
Yeah.
add just real quick? The person doing the most talking should be the person that's doing the buying. when we go on and on and on and on and on at an event, we have eaten up their time to say, Carlos, tell me more about that. Tell me, could I visit with Jana? It sounds like she was really struggling with that. When she, and you're like, yeah, let me run over here and grab her. We have time for them to do the talking. Period.
I love it. Okay, guys, so your next assignment, learn this pattern, because it's a pattern, it's a rubric. Learn it, apply it to your own stories. Yes, your own stories. Write down stories with 1, 2, or 3 or 4 different products. You can use it with zinc. You can use it with collagen. You can use, you know what I'm noticing with collagen, guys? My hair is growing way faster. My hair. My wrinkles on the sides, they're not as noticeable as they were 2 months ago. I can tell you a story about all these. In fact, all the stories I tell you are always what I've been experiencing. That's why people like it. That's why people love to listen to me, because I'm being truthful to who I am and what I'm doing. And that's going to happen to you as you start making this list of stories you can share. Truthful stories, real life, everyday experiences. So yeah, my invitation is write 3 stories following this pattern about 3 different products that you enjoy. Will you accept that invitation? That's number 1 of this type of invitation. The number 2 is, will you teach this to those who will be presenting during next week's events? Jana, what do you think?
I love it, Carlos. I just love it.
Okay.
I think this is fundamental. We are paid storytellers. That is literally our whole thing. Is your story could be the key that unlocks somebody's prison. Y'all, if you're not sharing it, if your people are not sharing it, we are not unlocking prisons. So I can't love this enough. And if you think about one of those videos that I did about how do you help a new partner get started, it's around telling your story. Go listen to it. I say, this was my life before. This is how I found this. This is my life after. This is how you tell the story, Carlos.
Now let's go into printed materials. These are forms that, of course, you can make your own, of course, please. Don't feel obligated to using any of these things, but these are 2 pieces of paper printed on both sides. One of them is the gut check, and the gut check is basically what I was describing to you. It's basically saying, hey, now's your chance. You just listen to Carlos speak about how he's feeling with XR2. Let's do a self-assessment. Tell me, how is your level of energy? Are you happy with the level of energy? Are you not happy with it? How's your skin? How's your food sensitivity? How's your bloating? How's your sleep? How's your digestion? How's your pain? How's your sugar? How's your mood? How's your mental clarity? Do a self-assessment. Tell me where you're at, because I'm going to use this information so you can tell me more about it as we're closing. This is a key tool for you to close. You need to have it. And if you don't like the colors, change them. If you don't like the topics, change them. Whatever you do, do an assessment during your presentation. Jana, comments.
I love it. We used to pass these out, y'all. We didn't do an assessment. We passed out basically a benefit sheet, Carlos, back when we did lots of in-home things before COVID, or in any place things, restaurants or whatever. And there's something about while they're listening and they visually see descriptors of their problems. Now I'm emotionally connected to what you're presenting.
Love
so,
it. So
absolutely.
this is during product presentation. Then we go into business presentation. Remember the flow of the presentation? You flip it around, and in the back of it is the X brand partner ranks and bonuses, and also even the trips. How much you make for, if you're a manager, you can be making up to $400. Silver manager, $900. Gold manager, there you go. And then the trips you're making. See, Jana just came to Park City. That's how I met her. Right? Look, so you need to have that in the back as they're talking about business opportunity. They can turn this thing around and say, wow, this is amazing. And it picks their interest. See, it goes like, oh, that's so cool. That's why these two are 1 page printed on both sides. Okay. Then for closing, you need to have the product packs that you're going to be selling to them, so they know what's available to them and they can choose it. Also, additional products they can add to the packs they're choosing. Okay. And then an assessment in their lives on, where am I at? What am I doing with my time? How am I making income? what would I like to do I want more time? Or maybe I'm making enough money, but I don't have a life because I'm working full time in my business that I'm a slave to. These questions are awesome. We're actually going to go into them in a minute because they're part of the presentation. But these are the files you want to print, and of course you can modify them so you can fit the products, the packs that you want. And yeah, so yeah, have these available for you to print, and we'll move on to the next presentation. This is a sample presentation. You start with stories, transformation stories. That can be like a video just showing transformation stories or stories of success with the products. And then the first slide is a success story. And why is it empty, Carlos? Because you're going to put the picture of the person speaking. Yes, you're just going to put the picture. If the one speaking is Maria, you just put a picture of Maria. Maria is coming from San Angelo, and she's going to share with us how she felt. Great. There's a picture. If she has a before and after, this is a physical transformation, put it right there. If it's just an emotional one, just put a picture of Maria now. She's super excited to be with you. Whatever it is, just put a picture of the person speaking there. Then you jump into products, okay? And you're going to describe the product that you love the most, the one that you're going to be talking about. After that, you need to talk about industry disrupting innovation. Why is this key? You're going to let them know that Singular is not just about mood control or just about weight loss or just about sleeping better or just about hormones. You're talking that Singular provides innovation that disrupts the world. So they're going to be like, oh, so you have more stuff? I want to know more. That's what you want to talk about disrupting. The sample that we have now is XR. It's GLPX. GLPX is the latest thing that we're innovating with. So you can talk about that one, but in the future, it could be another product that we're launching. So keep that in mind that you're talking about innovation. Then we go into success stories and success stories in business, right? And after that, we go into a story that I'm going to share with you in a minute, because at this moment, in the first slides, everybody is being a spectator. They're just listening to your story, your stories, and oh, that is so cool. Jana is so lucky, or Jane is so lucky, and oh, that's so cool for Maria, but that doesn't relate to me. With the following slide and story, you will relate to them. And this is what you need to tell them. You need to read the story as you're preparing your presentation, okay? Let me see. I actually have a meeting in about 10 minutes, guys, so we're about to be done with our presentation here. But I want you to pay attention to this, okay? Let me see this. What happened? There we go. I'm going to read this to you. The woman, the buckets, and the pipeline. And you need to read this during your party, okay? You need to read this to them. Okay? Here it goes. There was a woman who held buckets of water for a living. Every day she hauled water from the nearest source to her distant village. If she needed more money, she simply worked harder, longer hours, and haul more buckets. After many years, she grew weary of hauling buckets. Then inspiration came. If she used her spare time to build a pipeline, she could eventually create a new kind of financial security and be free from hauling buckets. She labored diligently for a few years to build her pipeline, although many discouraged her from doing so. The day she turned on the spigot, everything changed. She successfully created an unlimited supply of water, improved her villagers' lifestyles, and secured her own financial future. Today, this woman is free to live her dreams. This story will make a click in your audience's minds. It's going to go, oh, that's me. What? That's me. And the next one, questions that are very poignant. Where are you? Holding buckets, trading hours for dollars, fighting limits on growth and income, scrambling for free time, building others' dreams, or building a pipeline, earning commissions with team's effort, potential recurring income, choosing your own schedule, building your own dreams. Comments on this? Jana, love to hear your comments on this story and the questions after.
Just amen. I mean, just straight up. When I heard this the first time when we did that, when Luis and Adriana came to my house, I was just like, that is the definition of what we do. We build a pipeline, and yeah, you're going to have to haul some buckets in order to get your pipeline built. But once you do, your residual message just comes through from the 25th subscriptions, and you don't have to haul buckets today, boys and girls. This is so valuable. I love this. I think this is great content, these questions, as you're talking to your audience on social media. If you're looking for people to join you for income, are you painting the picture that you once did trade hours for dollars, or that you're working to no longer have to do that, or scrambling for free time to play with your grandkids or whatever? Like, I just think this is solid, reusable content, period, Carlos.
And never stop sharing this story. Every time
Never.
every time you do a party, you need to share this story, because it creates a connection from being someone just listening to cool stories to saying, hey, this can relate to me. I can do this too. After that, you talk compensation plan, you tell stories, compensation plan. And at the end, at the close, you're going to go like this. Thank you so much for coming. I love being with you. This is such a great experience. Now, let me tell you, there are 3 ways to get involved with Singular. Number 1, as a customer, and it's free. You enjoy products at wholesale pricing. Your next step, select the starter kit that fits your needs and set up a time for a free consultation on how to use these amazing products. Now, if you're somebody who likes parties and likes to be engaged in helping people, perhaps you are a referring partner. Yes, somebody who wants to bring their friends to a party like this, or maybe host your own party and get commissions for helping your friends. We can teach you how to make between $150 to $300 a month. Your next step is to select a starter kit and set up a time to learn how to make income from home. Now, number 3 is for those women and men who want to travel the world. Those men and women who are looking for a way to complement, supplement, or replace their income. With Singular, we can show you how to do that. We can teach you how to make between $500 to $2,000 a month. What you need to do to benefit from number 3 is select a business kit, a kit that will qualify you to all the benefits Singular has to offer. And then set up a time to learn how to build your pipeline of income. Please read these words as you are closing. Jana, comments on this?
This is the best way to explain their options to come in, to paint that picture that we've had. And I've started using this. Sometimes it's a visual, and sometimes I'm on the phone. But one of the things that Nita said last night, qualified for Founders Club, is she now is giving everyone the option to come in as a partner. Y'all, this is the perfect way to do this. They're welcome to say, let me do the customer. They're welcome to. But what if they wanted to do one of these other 2 and we robbed them of knowing that it was available? I absolutely love this. And I don't care how you're enrolling somebody. This is outside of a party. This is how you need to be saying, before we place that order, you've got 3 ways to get involved with us.
And at the very end, after you hand in all the form and everybody's talking how cool this party was, you're going to make an announcement. By the way, for those of you who enrolled tonight, if you enroll tonight and you commit to hosting a party, you can take home a gift, an additional gift. And you're going to bring out maybe a shaker cup, a bottle, or a shirt, or whatever it is, for those who commit to doing a party at their place. You're going to give them a gift. And you're going to say limited and time-sensitive offer, because you don't know who's going to sign up first, and you only have 3 of them. You need to say that this is the way you hook them so you can have your own party later. Guys, it's been such a pleasure to share with you how to have effective parties at home. Time is up. My assignment for you is the following, the last one, okay? Learn how to tell the story of the lady and the buckets, the pipeline. Learn how to talk about the 3 ways of enrolling with Singular, and learn how to practice saying, hey, for those of you who signed up tonight and commit to doing a party, I have an additional gift. And I tell you, you will never, ever stop having volume generated every week in your organization. Your team is going to grow like crazy. Thank you so much. I love this opportunity you've given me, Jana. Few words closing before I go. What do you would like to say?
Well, first of all, thank you, Carlos. I think everybody found some value of this, whether it's an in-home party, no matter what it is. And so thank you. We will get you the recording. If you need to go back and grab some nuggets, and Zarada has a tornado situation going on, so she's been in and out, so I'll definitely need that for her. We will get you the presentation. It will be out there so that you can grab that, the assessment sheet that you print, so forth and so on. So just know that we'll get that loaded so that you can do these things. But heed what he said about immediately start incorporating these things. And if you're going, I don't even have a party coming up anywhere, I'm not doing one this week, the storytelling part is how you literally make money with Singular, is you got to be able to tell the story. So thank you, Carlos. I think that was outstanding training, and you'll get more of this at the in-person meetings to continue teaching you what to do to build your business.
Thank you very much. And if you like this, click subscribe, follow, make sure you make notes, comments, and share the video with everyone in your organization. Goodbye. Bye.
Love it.